All right, finally. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday, December 7th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by ParlayCalculator.com. You want to calculate all your winners right here at ParlayCalculator.com. Also, HockeyPicks.com. And let me just get into my my account right here. There we go. And as you can see, pretty good night yesterday for the yours truly, Ron Raymond. Picked up my 4th cup of the season, and happy with that. In fact, let me just go over here and do this and bring this over here. All right, so that's a B-ball pick. So yeah, so hockeypicks.com. Good night last night. Can't complain. Had Pittsburgh as my top play yesterday against Seattle, and that was a nice winner. And we look at our top scorers right now at hockeypicks.com. Harold Lakin is still our leader at 958. Steve Hendo, 801. And Mike Rando, a lot of O's right there, a lot of Portuguese guys in the house right here. Mike Rando, 1228 at 794. And Luongo, hey, look at that. Hendo, Rondo, and Luongo. And then there's Ronnie Bashnik. All right, so those are your top scorers right now at hockeypicks.com. And folks, if you want to follow my plays each and every day, all you got to do is go to most followed or the top pickers, look for Ronnie Ray. And then what you want to do is click on follow my picks. Where's Ronnie Ray? There he is. 18 followers, follow my picks, and then you can get my selections for free each and every day. Also at bballpicks.com, let's take a look at the top scorers right now at bballpicks.com. Zach Reed's our leader. Zachary 1D, 822. It's a Maine's World. Jermaine Brown at 800. And Pele J, Jason Orange at 794. And those are your top 3 pickers right now at bballpicks.com. All right, welcome to the show. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And right now it's a very cold morning here in the nation's capital. It's minus 7 degrees here in Ottawa. So if you're in Florida, California, I don't really care what your weather's like because we're minus 7 right now. But warm thoughts to everybody here north of the parallel. In fact, we got a Grey Cup this Sunday in Hamilton, and looks like there's a lot of buzz right now between the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, which will be at Tim Hortons Field this Sunday, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. on a Sunday in Hamilton. Why don't they do it in the daylight, right? I was thinking about that the other day. Well, if you're gonna have the Grey Cup in December, it'll either be at the in the stadium, or if you're gonna play it outside, play it when the sunlight's out, right? If you ask the players what would they rather play in the sunlight or at night, trust me, they'd rather play at the sunlight. And but should be a good one this Sunday at Tim Hortons Field between the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the Hamilton Tiger Cats. All right, what else we got here? So, if you're interested in my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, you can get a copy of my book that I wrote in 2009 right here at atsstats.com, or you can get it on Amazon. And if you're interested in learning about the ATS tutorials or the Raymond Report with our ATS tutorials, we do have tutorials on all the Raymond Report. Had a couple of people ask me about some questions about the Raymond Report yesterday, and this is the best way to do it. You can get the tutorial right here under Tools. Go to ATS Tutorials, and you will get all the videos right here at the website. All right. Wow. If you noticed this morning, Gloria Kay comes on here every morning and she says, "Good morning, Breakfast Club." And I said, you know what? I'm going to honor Gloria Kay's request here and put the Breakfast Club logo in our thumbnail. So each and every morning, I'm going to call you guys the Breakfast Clubs. It used to be the Ramblers and Gamblers, but I like Breakfast Club. It reminds me of that movie back, Judd Nelson back in the day, and Molly Ringwald. So the Breakfast Club is very active. There's John Pereshko. Good morning, John. Sniper's in the house. Who's Mizzou Network's in the house? How you doing, Who's Mizzou? The network, I love that, just the network. Isaiah from Minnesota. Again, welcome, Isaiah. You're Minnesota Wild, doing really, really well. And who else is in the house here? Man, you guys are just, so it's a one-way conversation right here. There's Snowy Pancakes, 306. Hey, there's the username of the day, Snowy Pancakes. Hey, if I had a box of maple syrup, I'd send it to you there, Snowy Pancake, for the username of the day. There's Mitchell Watson from Beantown. He's probably happy right now. I'm sure Mitchell's a Patriots fan. And let me see who else in the house. Isaiah, we already said. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Raymond Report. Again, my name is Ron Raymond, and I'm based out of Ottawa, I've been doing this my 24th season, going into my 24th season. Pretty good night last night. We had the New England Patriots plus 2.5, plus 3, depending on what you got. Early in the week was 2.5. If you got it late, it was plus 3. And it was bittersweet last night, right? I'm a Bills fan, but it's just amazing when money's on the line and your picks on the line. Is there really any fans in sports anymore? Hey, let's be honest. I'm a diehard Bills fan since '94, and last night I was torn. Right? It was like I was happy to see the Patriots win the game, but not win the game, but cover the spread. But, a little bittersweet seeing the Bills lose. But, again, I said it yesterday, the Bills need a running game. Perfect example is last night. And, I say this all the time. If you live in the upper states where Minnesota has a dome, Buffalo, New York, New England, all those cold states, you need a running game in December and January. If you don't have a running game, look at New England. They threw the ball, once last night? They threw it once, and they just ran the ball, right? And the old adage is they run it right down our throats, and then the thing we always say in football is coaching, right? If they can't stop it, just keep doing it, and until they stop it. But it got close near the end, right? And the Bills, poor clock management, poor. I was saying, why would you call a timeout on a fourth and inches? Like, just move on. Like, don't waste your timeouts in a close game like that. And sure enough, that's what happened, right? All right, so Miss Denica's in the house. Good morning, Miss Denica. And where's Anwan? There's Anwan. Hopefully you had a good birthday yesterday there, West Philly's finest. And let me see here. Kind of hard betting against the Oilers offense these days. Chemical Babies. Good morning, Chemical Babies. And so we got a good crew. The Breakfast Club is hopping this morning in the bullpen. And again, folks, don't forget, share this video on your social media, either Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you believe in the podcast, if you feel that we've helped you in any way, then if you want to help us out, just share this podcast, because the more people that we have here, the more networking and sharing we will do with information. And we'll get you to the winner's circle hopefully at the end of the night, so you can make a cash out Monday, and that's what we call cashing out each and every Monday. Take some money out of that account that you're betting with. So this way, it says sportsbook, it doesn't say bank, right? You got to be able to take some money out. All right, good information for you guys here today. In fact, if you go to our members area, the VIP section, I did a video yesterday of the top 3 overrated numbers in sports handicapping. It's about an 8-minute video, and I talk about some of the most overrated numbers. One of the things I forgot to add in that video, one of the most overrated numbers is some of in the box scores is total yardage, right? When you look at teams, total yardage on offense and defense, at the end of the day, it boils down to this: what's your record? That's the most important thing in sports betting. What is your record? But if you're a VIP member, go look at the video yesterday. Again, it's the top 3 most overrated numbers in sports handicapping. And today today's video of the day, I'm going to take a look at some of the top NHL underdogs that are flying under the radar, and that will be in the VIP section here this afternoon. All right, your free horse racing tip sheet of the day. Hey, if you like to feed the ponies and bet the ponies, because as my good friend used to say, they got to eat too, Ron, so you got to feed those ponies. So if you're going to feed the ponies today, you can use the free tip sheet, the Pearl tip sheet. Hey, maybe I'm going to rename my tip sheets the Pearl tip sheets, right? Hey, I saw somebody this morning, I think it was John Peresco, says, get those pearls out, Ron. Hey, my good friend Greg Dempson used to say, Ron, you can win a Nobel Peace Prize award, but if you don't give them pearls, they don't give a crap about you. About you. As long as you give them pearls, right? Then that's the name of the game. Hey, we're going to give out some pearls here today on December 7th. All right, the free tip sheet of the day is Evangeline Downs in New Orleans. I believe that's in New Orleans, right? I know it's in Louisiana. I don't know if it's exactly in New Orleans, but Evangeline Downs. And that's the free tip sheet, the Pearl tip sheet of the day. And folks, you can get it for free right here at atsstats.com. Go to horses, go to free tip sheet, and you will get the free tip sheet of the day. Now, before I get on to the NBA, NHL, I do want to take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And I tell you, ever since my good friend Bobby Hubby opened my eyes a bit on this less is more tip sheet here, the value percentage play and performance cycles, this has become one of my most favorite tools here at atsstats.com. And again, the Raymond Report is based on 3 key things in sports handicapping: value, percentage play, and performance cycle. And this here has become one of my favorite tools right now at atsstats.com. Still don't have a name for it. I think I call it the perception cycle tool, but I'll come up with a good name for this. But this is one of my favorite tools. Less is more, right? It's that snapshot and your subconscious telling you, boom, there's the pick you should be looking at. But yeah, it's one of my top tools in the toolbox right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's take a look at the NBA last 7 days and see what's come in the last 7 days. 53.9% of the favorites. Wow, we haven't seen this in a while. In the NBA, anytime you get a spread sports, and I'll show you in a second for NFL, very rarely do you see on a 7-day average that in spread sports you see a neutral market for teams winning straight up, because obviously the good teams they win, but they don't always cover the spread. In fact, when you look at this, wow, 53.9% of the favorites have won straight up, but look at what they've done against the spread. 31.4. That is huge. That's 68.6% of the underdogs coming in the last 7 days in the NBA. And how about the over-unders? Over-under were in a neutral market. And for the NHL, and again, I'll be doing another video this week on the numbers, on the market psychology, and the value, percentage play, and the performance cycles. And it's just, when you combine that with the market conditions, and you betting in the right cycle, you're going to see that your winning percentage is absolutely going to explode when you're betting, right? Less is more. I cannot emphasize that enough. And proof's in the pudding, right? If you go look, and I'll show you in a second, the premium picks, another winner last night with New England. And if you just pick your spots in sports betting, have your beer and pizza money, that scratches that itch. But if you're going to invest, in the big money, either whatever your big money is for you, it's either 100, 500, 1,000, 10,000. You got to pick your spots, and then that's the only way you're going to really make money in sports handicapping, right? Now, looking at the NHL, looking at the 7-day average, 71.9% of the favorites have come in. See what I'm talking about? In the in NBA was what, 57, 58, I said? 71.9% of the favorites in NHL. And folks, check this out. I did a little bit of research for you guys this morning. NHL favorites on a 3-game win streak, a mind-blowing 22-3 straight up on the season. That's just unbelievable. And I think there's 2 teams live today, Tampa Bay and someone else, but I think it's Florida. 22-3, hey, Florida teams, right? Warm thoughts. -7 here in Ottawa, thinking Florida. All right, 22-3 favorites on a 3-game win streak this year in the NHL. 22-3, not too bad. Pas si pire que ça. All right, so let me see here. NHL again. NFL, yeah, I told you guys I'd look at the NFL, the 7-day average. Let me see what it's like. Yeah, see, 66.7%. That's week 11, week 12. Week 13, but that's see, it's very rare. Let me see here the NHL. Let me see NBA, yeah, NHL. What about baseball? I think baseball's already. I think we already cleared that up for this year. Oh no, here it is. Okay, baseball on the year, 58.7% on the season. So just to give you an idea, the NBA right now is a dog world, and as Norm Peterson would say, I'm wearing milk-bone underwears today. All right, here we go. A little Cheers reference there for my Cheers crowd. Hey, Cheers! One thing I love doing is bringing old sitcoms onto the show, right? All right, let's go to the NBA and let's take a look at the computer picks. We only got 3 games today in the NBA, but I do have a system I'm going to share with you. Also, I'll do it after. All right, let's take a look at the game number 1 between the Brooklyn Nets and the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the Brooklyn Nets, a 3.5-point favorite. The over-under is set at 218.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with Brooklyn in this one. 108.5, 107.1. The over-under at 215.63. Looking at Brooklyn's last game, it was a 111-107 loss to the Chicago Bulls. Brooklyn's last 4 games have not covered the spread. They're on a 4 ATS losing streak, 2 days rest, 16-7 on the season, 10-13 to the over-under. While the Dallas Mavericks coming off a 97-90 loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. So 2 teams coming off a loss. In fact, Dallas have lost their last 2 straight up and against the number. Their last 2 have gone under the total, just like the Brooklyn Nets, and that's why your Kogo, the percentage play on the chance of this game going over the total tonight, is at 63%. And let me see. Okay, yeah. So my line on the game, I had Brooklyn at minus 4.04. So fair market value. And when we look at the snapshot right here, you can see you got an A bullish team against a B bearish team. So that gives you an idea on a snapshot what you think of that game here tonight. All right, New York Knicks taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Now, anytime you got an NBA favorite this season on a 3-game losing streak like the New York Knicks, they are 11-6 straight up, but 6-11 to the under. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention because it's too bad. This year was not this year 3 unders. I wish it was 1 over or something like that because the percentage play would favor. And this is what I mean, right? Situational handicapping, situational betting. Sometimes you want to make money. You got to wait for the perfect opportunity for the chips fall in place, right? Then it's just like I said, it's just too bad that you got 3 overs in this game and you got 3 unders and favorites coming off a 3-game losing streak. 6-11 to the under, right? Now, the Knicks going into this game here tonight at the AT&T Center as a 2.5-point road favorite. The over-under set at 211. ATS Forecast, Computer Pick, gonna lean with the San Antonio Spurs. Pops and Company, 111-99. The over-under set at 210.88. And looking at the Spurs last game, a 108-104 loss to the Phoenix Suns, while the Knicks losing to Denver, 113-99. And the game of the night is in the new Crypto.com arena, not the Staples Center, but the new Crypto.com arena, where the Lakers will be a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under set at 220. ATS Forecast Computer Pick is going to lean with, I'm just going to bring up my injury report, is going to lean with the Boston Celtics, the road underdog in this one. 108.1, 107.5, sounds like a radio station, eh? 107.5, the Bear. 108.1 and 107.5. And the total lining on 215.65. Chance of covering the spread, 40% for the Celtics, 67% on the percentage play. And looking at the snapshot, wow, I like this. 2 B-type teams in a neutral cycle. Line value, -2. Yeah, so right off the hop, my early lean, I agree with the computer pick here. I do like the Celtics right now, initially, for tonight at the Crypto.com arena. Let me take a look at the... all right, let me see. Injury report. Okay, yeah. The Lakers' injury report's always game time decision, right? Nothing changes in La La Land. All right, so not even bothering going to go through the injury report because, they say it's almost a formality that they, just put a default that everybody's banged up and we'll just put the lineup at the tip-off, right? All right, so there you have it. That is the NBA. Now I'm going to go through at the end of the show the system plays of the day. And hopefully you guys will stick around because I do have some good system plays for you guys. But in the meantime, I'm going to look at some of the comments you guys are making right now. The Knicks and Spurs games give me the unders vibe, says Who's Mizzou. I'll probably bet the Celtics Laker over, says Isaiah. Miss Danica, I lean Spurs too. Brooklyn and under, been better. Celtics over, like the cycle upward movement. Okay, so spread with Brooklyn. Lean, good money. Yeah, money looking good on the Spurs. So, I don't know. Hey, you know what? Let me do a crash poll right now. So, who do you guys like? Who wins and covers? Who covers the spread? Who covers the spread? And we got Celtics plus 2.5. Lakers minus 2.5. And that is your poll question of the day. All right. So if you guys can go into the bullpen and the Breakfast Club right there and just click on the who wins or who covers the spread here tonight, Boston or the LA Lakers, and let us know, and I'll go through the poll and I'll let you guys know at the end of the show what the Breakfast Club is all taking for tonight. All right, let's go to the NHL. Let's take a look at the National Hockey League. And man, again, if you're not following my picks at hockeypicks.com, like I said, I don't want to jinx it. I'm very superstitious when it comes to this stuff. But, yeah, having a good year again. 4 winning cups. Where's my good friend? I haven't heard from my friend. There he is, Moscow. Eddie. Where's Eddie Drake these days? Eddie's normally in the house, and he's hiding there in Nova Scotia somewhere, eh? A little blue noser over there in Nova Scotia. All right, let's take a look here at the NHL. And let's see what we got on tap here tonight. We got a lot of games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games in the National Hockey League. All right. Tampa Bay taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Now the Lightning coming off a 7-1 win. Remember I said yesterday Vigneault's job could be in jeopardy? Well, sure enough, right after the show, they fired him. And yeah, it's all because of the Raymond report, right? If you poop to bed and you make the show and we don't put you we don't shed a nice light, they're going to fire you in the NHL, right? Because that's how much power we have here at the Raymond report. Not. All right, so minus 222, over-under set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick is going to lean with the Bolts in this one, 3.1 to 2.8. The over-under set at 5.96. Looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning, as I said earlier in the show, any NHL favorites this year on a 3-game win streak, 22-3 straight up. So, you know what? It's tough to bet against Tampa Bay. This team is... they lose a couple of players to Seattle or the offseason, but they don't rebuild, they reload over there in Tampa Bay. 15-9 on the year with the Habs 6-20. Habs, I heard Toffoli's out this morning. Man, it goes from, how do you go from going to the Stanley Cup and then just 6-20, right? It's really tough to be a Habs fan these days. All right, speaking of tough to be a fan, how about the Ottawa Senators right now? 3-game win streak. Hey, settle down, Ottawa. Settle down. It's still -7 here in Ottawa. But, good win last night. And for the Ottawa Senators, hey, Forsberg is playing well. He's on a 3-game win streak. So is the Ottawa Senators. Now, the line is -152. Now, the Islanders, I don't know what's going on in the island or they're not, well, the New York Islanders. Man, 11-game losing streak. That just, but again, when I look at the New York Islanders and I look at their lineup, let me go take a look at when Pajot is, he's a small guy, right? But who else in New York is not even stepping up here? Let me go to NHL. All right, let me see how they do on the power play here. Pajot, Anders Lee, Barzal. Barzal's been very quiet this year. 5 goals, 8 assists. Normally that's your one of your best players right there. In fact, let me bring up that now that I'm thinking about them. Let me just bring up the New York Islanders. I'm sure we got a lot of Islander fans here. All right, stats. All right, so your top scorer right now, Barzal at 13 points. Brock Nelson at 11. Wallstrom at 7. Beauvillier is not really doing. Josh Bailey, Dobson, Pajot. Pajot's only got 2 goals. I thought he was doing a little bit better than that. So but the thing is, I don't see the guy. You know what I mean? Like, when you think of Edmonton, you think of McDavid. You think of Tampa Bay, Stamkos, or what's his name? Having a let me see here. Tampa Bay. I always have these brain farts. Kucherov. There you go. But he's injured. All right, back to the New York Islanders. And let me see here. Just going to bring up the stats. Yeah, so right now, and goaltending. How's the goaltending been in Sorokin and Varlamov? So Sorokin, Varlamov has yet to win a game. He's 0-4 this season. 0-4-1. And Sorokin 5-6. So goaltending, I don't think goaltending is the big issue over there, but I think it's just a small team. That's what I see the Islanders now. Ottawa Senators again coming off that win last night in New Jersey against the Devils 3-2, and we do like the Sens to win here tonight. 2.69, 2.59. The over/under set here at 5.28. And looking at the probable starting goalies tonight, Sorokin against Forsberg. And we'll see if that's the case here this evening. All right, Toronto Maple Leafs losing a couple of players there at the injury report. I saw Marner and Sandin now going on the injured reserve. That's going to hurt them a bit, right? Marner sets up, he's the he's the one who tees up the Matthews. He puts his golf ball on, right? But looking at the Columbus Blue Jackets coming off a 6-4 win over the San Jose Sharks the other night, and minus 263. Wow, that seems like a lot. That seems like a high price here. A B neutral team in Columbus. In fact, let me go to my snapshot and let's go to NHL. And what does my snapshot tell me right away? Toronto. Where's Toronto and Columbus? Yeah, see, neutral against a hot team. 71% confidence level. So, Columbus, right? I'll give you, right now my early indication is Columbus. But I got to see who's going to be between the pipes here for Columbus this evening. Merzekin I like Merzekin when he goes in nets. Carpacillo gives me a bit of the backup EBGBs. But last 4 games for Toronto has gone over the total. They're on a 2-game losing streak right now, coming off a 6-3 loss to the Jets. And we'll see what happens tonight at the Scotiabank Arena. Nashville taking on Detroit Red Wings. Now the Preds a 125 favorite. The over-under is set here at 5.5. ATS Forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the hot Detroit Red Wings. I say hot because compared to last year, this team has done a 180. They, oh, look at this. We got a tie here. Never seen this year. 2.93 on the computer pick. And let me pull up my system pick. So I'm just going to go to this window right here. So one thing, as you know, we have the computer picks and then we have the system plays, right? So if I ever get a tie, I'm going to go to the system play to see. And this is the beauty of having a lot of tools in your toolbox here at ATS. All right, let's see what the system play of the day here for that game. And let me see. So 2.78. Wow, look at that. 2.78, 2.77 favoring the Red Wings. Now the Red Wings, an underdog here tonight. And again, Detroit's one of those teams. They're like the Seattle Mariners of the and the San Francisco Giants of baseball this year, right? They don't get no respect from the bookmaker, but all they do is win and cover, right? 13-12 on the season. Nashville 13-11. They're coming off a 4-3 win over a very bad Montreal Canadiens team, while the Red Wings also coming off a 4-3 win over the Islanders. I do like Detroit in this spot here tonight. All right, Anaheim taking on the Buffalo Sabres. Now the Sabres coming off a 6-2 loss to the Carolina Hurricanes. Sabres on a 4-game losing streak. They're on 2 days rest, while Anaheim took care of business. Actually, they lost, 4-3 to Washington last night. That needed a shootout. Ovi got the winner. And the Ducks' last 5 games have gone over the total. And teams coming off a 1-goal loss this year, favorites coming off a 1-goal loss, are 41-24 on the season, 56%. And road favorites are 17-9 for 65%. So a little bit of some stats that I dug up this morning. So again, road favorites coming off a 1-goal loss, 17-9 on the year, 65%. And again, the Ducks coming off a 2-game losing streak, but coming off that 1-goal loss to Washington last night. And that is a very respectable 120 price tag. All right, Carolina taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Now the Canes, a 111 favorite. The over-under set at 5.5. ATS Forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Carolina Hurricanes. 2.83, 2.73. The over-under at 5.56. Looking at the chance of winning, 49% compared to 42% for the Jets, who impressive win on Sunday against the Toronto Maple Leafs 6-3, while the Canes took care of business at home against the Sabres 6-2. The one thing with the Carolina Hurricanes, it seems they never have a bad game. I don't know if they've ever gotten blown out this year. It just Brendan Moore's got these guys rolling on all cylinders. And when I look at the Canes, you know what? Let me take a look at their losses. Let me go right here. Let's go to NHL. I want to see if they got blown out this year. It seems like every time I watch a Carolina Hurricane team, it's like it's either going to overtime or it's a 1-goal difference in the third period. Let me see here. Carolina. Where is the Canes? There you are. All right, so let me go here. And then we'll bring up the rain report. And I don't think you guys can see the pop-up window, right? All right, so let me bring up the pop-up window. Let me take a look at their losses. And let me see here. 6-2 win. All right, so the losses. Let me see here. Ottawa. Yeah, 3-2. 4-1. Okay, so they lost 4-1. That's the Dallas. 4-2. 2-1. 2-1. I'm just talking about the losses. 2-1. 5-2. So, yeah, only twice all year that they lost by 3 goals or more. That's pretty impressive. Carolina Hurricanes, out of 23 games, only 2 games of 3 goals or more losses. So that's pretty impressive for the Canes this season. But we do like them tonight. 2.83, 2.73, the over-under at 5.56. All right, seen a lot of these back-to-back games, right? Now you got the Panthers who beat the Blues on Saturday 4-3. I believe that was a shootout. And looking at the line, minus 152 is the line here on Florida. The over-under at 6.5. ATS Forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Blues and the Panthers. 3.57, 3.44. The over/under at 7.01. Wow, that's a high total. That's why your total is at 6.5. And again, there's only 2 teams here on a 3-game win streak tonight. And as I said at the top of the show, NHL favorites on a 3-game win streak, 22-3 on the year. So We'll see if it makes it 24-3 tomorrow with Florida and Tampa Bay. New York Rangers taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, Rangers got some bad news on the weekend. Igor Shesterkin, it looks like a pull growing. Man, he is having such a great season. Hopefully I didn't jinx him. But scheduled to skate with the team Thursday in order to test out his injury. Yeah, it looks like he made a move on the ice and he didn't move after that. And normally, if you ever pull a groin, there's a pop, right? You hear a pop in your groin area, and man, it takes. If you've ever pulled a groin, and the thing with groins, you never know if it's healed, and it could be 4 weeks, it could be 6 weeks, it could be 2 months. Man, groins are the worst injury in sports. All right, 135 is the line. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with the Rangers in this one. 3.34 and 2.52. And looking at the Rangers on a 6-game win streak, while Chicago coming off a 3-2 victory over the Islanders. All right. Minnesota taking on the Edmonton Oilers. This should be a great hockey game here tonight. Minnesota is one of those teams, they just, they don't have that marquee player, but they just play well as a team, and they grind you down, right? They're just a really good hockey team. In fact, when I think of Minnesota and I look at, let me see here, Kaprizov, how many goals do he have this year? 9 and 20 assists. And who is the top scorer right now in Minnesota? It's just like bullpen by committee over there, right? When I look at the Wild, these guys, they just, look at their scoring points. All right, Kaprizov, 29 points. Hartman, 21. Zuccarello, Boglavsky, Marcus Foligno. This is what I mean, right? Like, there's no McDavid, there's no Stamkos, there's no big names right here, but they play well as a team. And Minnesota could be one of my teams that I put today on the fly out on the radar to win the Stanley Cup. But you'll have to check out the video in the VIP section today to find my under-the-radar NHL teams here today on the Rain Report. All right, 3.47, 2.82 favorite in Edmonton. Now the Oilers a minus 132 favorite. The over-under is set at 6.5. ATS forecast, again, leaning with the Oilers, 3-2 basically, 6.29. So it does like it to go under the total. Minnesota on a 6-game win streak. The last 5 have gone over the total, while the Oilers on a 2-game losing streak right now. And they got Woodshed game there last against the Kings. That was a 5-1 loss to LA. And your final game of the evening will be Calgary taking on the Sharks. Now the San Jose Sharks losing their last game to Columbus. Now I know they've been on the road a long time. I don't know how many days were they on the road. It seems like them and Anaheim been on the road. Okay, so let's go to that Columbus. No, Anaheim. Wait, where am I? Calgary, that's it. Let's go to Calgary against San Jose. And how many games were they on the road here? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-game road trip. All right, and let me see in the Rain Report. Teams coming off a 5-game road trip. Yep, right here. 2-3 on the season. So if you're wondering what road teams do off a 5-game road trip, they are 2-3 on the season. Now the line is minus 147 here for Calgary, who fall into our 1-goal loss situation. The 1-goal loss angle this year. So NHL teams coming off a 1-goal loss, 41-24, 56% on the year. But road favorites 17-9, home favorites 24-15. So I do like Calgary here a bit tonight. You get San Jose coming off that long extended East Coast road trip. You might get a tired team. I'll have to check, see if they play 3 games in 4 nights. If so, that could be a nice advantage towards Calgary. Coming off that 3-2 loss to the Vegas Golden Knights. And Calgary, just like Minnesota, a grinding team. They play hard. Sutter well team, right? Sutter, Daryl Sutter, when he played, he was that, third-line player, just mucked and grind, and can score too, right? So looking at the line here, 3.39, 2.91, the over-under at 6.3, favoring the Calgary Flames. All right, let me see what you guys are saying right now in the bullpen. And let me see here. I thought I saw something. Islanders over, says John Perisco. Red Wings home dog are hot. Yeah, absolutely. I like the under 5.5 for the Red Wings game, says Quentin Johnson. Daryl Turner. There's Ball Cash. Present gang. Good morning, all. Good morning, Ball Cash from the ATL. I like the over in the Red Wing game, says Miss Denica. Oladi Max says Red Wings have major injuries. Oh, yeah? All right. Let's, hey, you know what? Injuries. Once I do my handicapping, then I go to the injuries, and the injuries will dictate Yeah, he's right. Look at that. Lindstrom's out. Bertuzzi out. Stahl's out. Stretcher, Stevens, Vrana. Man, yeah, they are in Nashville. Maybe that's why they're favorite, right? So good eye there on Max. Where is it? Who was it? Max Oladi Max. Good call. All right, Daryl Turner says still Lightning, Flames, Hurricane, and Ducks for him. Armando, how you doing, Armando? God bless you too, buddy. Let me see. Daryl Turner, Jets are having defensive problems of late, says Daryl. Lean on the Panthers. I have a free $10 bet to use on one of the books. Need a good parlay, says Quentin Johnson. Things with parlays, you got to pick your spots, right? You got to pick your spots, and depending on depending on people, if they're NBA, but if you want to make money, who cares what sport you're betting on, right? It's about making money. Patriots killed it for me last night, says Jared Bush. Rangers, I like it, but Rangers, I like, but the other goalie makes me nervous. Yeah, it's like Columbus, right? When I see Korpisalo in nets, makes me a bit. Then Georgiev is the same thing. It's not just Durkin. I like the centers plus 1.5, says Oladi Max. Yeah, you know what? That's a good play too. But the only thing that concerns me is that the Islanders. Well, it doesn't really concern me. Normally, the thing. My rules with streaks is this: if you're on a 3-game winning streak, 3-game winning streak, you can talk me, or losing streak, sorry. If you're on a 3-game losing streak, you can talk me in and out of that streak. Once you get a 4-game losing streak or more, I'm off. I'm off that team because it's like trying to catch a falling knife, right? And Ottawa, I don't know, I still can't trust. And if anybody who can tell you about Ottawa, it's me. That's my team here in Ottawa. Ottawa is just, you can't trust these guys right now. They're very, very sporadic, right? They go on these 2-3 game run, and then they'll lose 4, 5, 6. It's just they're not trustable. Trustable. All right, let's go to your system plays of the day. How we doing on time? Yeah, not bad, 35 minutes. All right, so your first system play of the day. The system play of the day. Let me go to my sheet, and we're gonna go to the NBA. And the first system play of the day will be on the New York Knicks. That's right, the New York Knicks. And watch this here. Anytime you got a road favorite in the NBA that are facing a Southwest opponent, they're coming off 2 ATS loss, allowed 100 or 110 or more points against in their last game, and it was between 111 and 115. 15-6 straight up, 17-4. So let's go New York minus 2.5 against San Antonio. And let's go to another totals play here between Boston and the Lakers. And I do have a system total on the under in this game here today. And the system is this. Anytime you have a NBA home favorite like the Lakers, and the last 3 years before non-division game, playing on 3 days rest, and they're coming off a loss, 16-6 to the under. 16-6 to the under. So let's go Boston Lakers under, New York Knicks ATS. And those are your two system plays of the day. And your only system play of the day in the NHL, out of 10 games, I only found one good system here today. And it goes to the Carolina-Winnipeg game. And we're going to go under the total between the Canes and the Jets. And here's the system. It's not bad. Anytime you get a home team playing on a Tuesday versus a non-division opponent, coming off a 3-goal win, and they scored 6 or more goals for in the last game, 12-3 to the under. I do like that. You know why I like that? Because of this right here. 6 or more goals for in the last game. When are you going to see Winnipeg score 6 goals a game, right? Next. I'll have to go through the stats, but what are the odds of them scoring 6 or more goals against Carolina tonight? Slim and none has left the building. All right, so 12-3 to the under, and that's the system play of the day. Again, folks, don't forget, you can get my plays each and every day right here at hockeypicks.com, and sign up today and make your selections and join the crew right here at hockeypicks.com and bballpicks.com. I put in my selections each and every day. Also at bballpicks.com, calculate your parlays at parlaycalculator.com, and you can win some cash also at streakcatcher.com. Anytime you go on a winning streak here, if you go on a 12-game win streak, you win $50 if you're a non-member. If you are a member, you win $500. 17 wins in a row gets you $100 or $1,000 if you're a member. And 25 wins in a row gets you $10,000 right here at streakcatcher.com. All right, folks. Sorry, Ron, I'm fading those NBA plays. That's okay. It's all good. I don't mind that. as long as if you fade them, that means somebody's going to win tomorrow, and that'll be good news for the Breakfast Club. All right, folks, that is the show today in a nutshell for a Ruby Tuesday. Tuesday, December 7th. Christmas time is right around the corner, and get in those Christmas shopping. Hey, I know everybody. If you're like me, you just I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Next thing you know, it's like, oh crap, December 24th. I gotta get out there. Hey, I gotta set a date this year and say, all right, you gotta get this done by this date. But anyways, have yourself a great rest of your day, folks. And as always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly. Oh, before I go, let's see the voting. Yeah, I almost forgot the voting here. Let me see the voting on the game. All right, so who's going to win and cover the game here tonight? Out of 38 votes, the Celtics win the poll here, 66% plus 2.5. So the Breakfast Club members liking the Boston Celtics plus 2.5, and that is courtesy of the Rain Report Breakfast Club amigos. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back here on a